Time to take out the trash! Hello, welcome to the first episode of Trash Talk, the trashiest talk show since Chelsea Handler's been off the air. My name is Ted Rico Buttafucci. My friends just call me Ted, and you guys know me as Garbage, and I have a special guest here today. We've got Second Cup ASMR, or ASMR as the kids call it for short. How are ya, Second Cup?
Hello. How's it going?
Sorry, it's weird being a little host, but
You're doing good.
Do it. This is the first episode. This is going to be the only public episode, so I wanted to make sure it started off with a banger. You're up and coming. You got a lot of people liking you, so I know I do.
Oh, thank you.
Any other episode after this will be on Patreon. So just for $1, you can listen to all the other episodes. I'm going to try to do 2 a month. Some with guests, some with just me talking random shit. All the description of that all of that's in the description down below. So, Second Cup, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Cool. I am fantastic. I just got done eating a swell dinner of vegan buffalo chicken.
Oh,
It was like this with chickpeas and hot sauce, and it was fire, dude. I gotta tell you, it was fire.
that sounds really good. I made some barbecue sauce today, and that was pretty bomb.
How did you make said barbecue sauce?
I mean, it was kind of a weird recipe. It was easy, but it was like ketchup, sugar, garlic. That was it. But it was really good.
You lost me at ketchup. I'm
what?
Not gonna try it.
You're not a ketchup person?
No,
Oh my god.
Listen. Ketchup. There was one time back when I was a meat eater, I went to a fair, and I'll never forget it. I ordered a hot dog with a little bit of ketchup on it, and that motherfucker, I mean, our definitions of a little bit are just vastly different, because I said a little bit and that fucker slobbed it on there. I wasn't even eating a hot dog anymore. I was eating a chup dog, and it was so... Oh god, I could still smell it. It's so fucking nasty.
And that just turned you off of ketchup completely.
I've hated ketchup for a very long time. But, so, before I've got some questions and stuff. I put it on Twitter and everything that we were going to have you here. But I wanted to tell you a little bit, kind of a little bit of a tangent. I recorded my lines for In the Status Quo, as I am Sharpay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to do Sharpay's lines. And I don't know if you're familiar with High School Musical. I don't know if you've ever seen it before.
Just once, and I wasn't paying attention, sort of.
So, In the Status Quo is after Gabriella gets her callback for her and Troy get callbacks for the play.
Okay.
And so Troy tells, people that he's going to be in the play, and everyone's like, no, Troy, you need to play basketball. So the absolute strangest song, which is Status Quo, comes up, which is the whole meaning of the song is stick to your fucking lane. Don't branch out. You're a basketball player, you're a geek, you're a skater, stay there. But it makes no sense to me, because they're literally telling them hey, don't sing, but they're saying it in the way of, oh no, stick to the status quo. It's like you're fucking telling him not to sing and dance while singing and dancing. It makes no...
I love that.
It makes no sense to me. And another pet peeve of mine is the skater dude, okay? He's like, I've got something to tell everybody. I've got something to say. And they're like, okay, what is it? He's like, I play the cello. and they're like, what? You play the cello? What's the cello? And it's like his best friend saying it, or it's implied it's his best friend. He's like, it's a tall violin. He's like, do you have to dress up fancy? And my thing is like, even if you're a skater kid, how do people in your life that are friends with you, how do they not know that you play the fucking cello?
That thing's like, huge.
It's huge. It is very time consuming. And it's like, how do you hide that? Like, your buddy comes over. It's like your friend plays the drums and then is trying to hide you that he plays the drums. So it's like, does he put a blanket over the drum set? Does he put a blanket over the cello? Like, it makes no sense. So later on in the song, he brings out his cello and he starts playing it, but the instrumental of the quote-unquote cello is literally an electric keyboard. And it doesn't even match how he's playing the cello. It is... it's so strange. It's probably the strangest song in that whole movie.
And Disney was probably like, oh, these kids will never notice this. Just put an electric keyboard in there. They're dumb. They won't get it.
Yeah, kids will be like, oh, this cello rules. And then they go to play it and they're like, wow, this sucks. I just, oh my God. And like, it's even funnier because Sharpay only sings like, I don't know, like 2 verses. Not even like 2 verses, like 8 bars. Like she literally says like 5 things. And I record it, and I was getting into it because,
of course,
you know, I have to do. Sharpay is a different voice than Troy, and so I'm like having to like sing as a different person, and I never thought I'd ever be doing that, and it's very weird. But I was getting into it. I was like all about it, and I look over and I didn't even hit record.
Oh like, no,
man, that was a magic bucket moment right there. I lost it.
Damn, I feel your pain.
Lost it. So, enough about that. I just had to get that off my chest because I was thinking about it retroactively. Like, I can't believe I did that.
Happens to the best of us, really.
So, tell me about you. You're a newer artist. How long have you been in the game? How long has your hat been thrown into the bucket?
Oh, my hat. My hat is like, I'll describe my hat since you went there. It's like a bucket hat. It's like got holes in it. It was really cool in the 90s, and like now it's coming back. It's like vintage. I don't know why I'm going down this road, but anyway, I've been listening to ASMR since like 2012. And I actually had, I know, I'm like an OG, but not really.
Yeah.
But I had a channel before, like way before this, and I was doing like a traditional ASMR. And I was basically getting high off my own supply because I couldn't find the triggers that I wanted, you know? And like, I was making it myself, and then I got so cringed out that I just deleted it off the internet. Like, I was like, this is so freaking weird. Like, why am I doing this? And then I just deleted it. But then I started the like role play type of stuff in April this year, and I've been liking it.
And I've actually I've been a fan of you. Let's see, when did, because we've been friends for a while, but
a little bit,
I think we've been friends since like what, early June. Oh my God.
Yeah, maybe even May.
Time fucking flies. Because I hadn't been doing this for very long when the garbage crew came in. And you were a part of it, and I think you actually had 36 subscribers, if I remember correctly, when I discovered you. And now you've got a video with several thousand views.
That's wild.
I mean, you're a top dog, man.
Wow.
And what I love about yours in particular, friends aside, let's just rate.
Yeah, give it to me straight.
What I love about it is you've got your accent, which you're from a very cool place, and so not a lot of people have your same accent, so it's always nice. And your scripts are always written very well. And yeah, it's just got that charm that the first cup might not have had, but the second cup, damn,
Aw,
that's the second cup has done it well. So
thank you.
I very much enjoy. I personally don't listen to a lot of ASMR myself.
Hmm.
I used to back in the day, and then I kind of got bored with it. I feel bad for saying that. Um, I still like the concept, and obviously I quote unquote do it myself, if you want to call it that.
Right, right.
But but it yeah I discovered it back in 2016,
Okay.
and I actually found it. Do you know the YouTuber I'm Poppy or
Yeah.
whatever?
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
know Poppy.
so I was living with this guy at the time, and like him and I are on two different spectrums of personalities. I really don't know how we were friends, but we were really good friends for a while. And I like the weird and the eccentric, and he was very like cookie cutter. He was very like, oh, have you seen Game of Thrones? Oh man, like he was one of them. And he's like, man, you need to watch this person. You might like them. They're called I'm Poppy. They do really weird stuff.
Huh.
And like I watched like a whole rabbit hole, and I was like going to sleep to her for a while.
What?
And then yeah, I probably had like her whole, because that was like that was like at the time it was like 2016, late 2015, early 2016. People like I think she only had like her videos were only getting like 2 or 3 thousand views
Oh,
like
dang.
at that time. Yeah, like she was not big at all, and she was having like those 1 minute videos, so I
Damn,
would
you're
just
an
play it on my
OG Poppy
TV.
fan.
Yeah, yeah, it sucks. I don't like her new music, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
not into
you
it.
know, but her hey, listen, but Low Life from her 2016 EP,
Hmm.
Low Life is like my summer song. The moment it starts getting warm outside, I roll down the windows and I fucking jam
Oh,
that song. It is, yeah, it is my summer anthem. I don't know why, but it has been for years.
I'm gonna have to check this
Um,
out.
oh, dude, it's fucking, it's French Kiss. It's like I'm
French
glad she didn't go
kiss.
down the pop. I'm glad she didn't go down the pop route.
Mm.
But she at that time she was very like Melanie Martinez, early Halsey kind of
Hmm.
sound, with a little bit of pop to it. But I digress. She was making those weird videos, and I was just watching them to go to sleep, and then somehow on my recommended, ASMR Darling was on there,
Ooh, yes.
and I literally, I literally looked at it and I said, "Well, she kind of looks like Poppy."
That was your criteria. Do I want to watch her?
Yeah. So, and it was like, what did it say? It was like 40 triggers to go to sleep, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means, but I don't know. Maybe she looks like she's in her bedroom, and like I'm really big into like amateur type like media, like anything that looks like was made in a bedroom or like sounds like it was recorded in a basement. Like I'm all about it.
Mm.
So I was like, it can't be too bad. And I watched it, and I was like, whoa, this is doing some shit to my ears. And then yeah, that's how I got into it. And
Dang.
yeah, I always think it's funny that Poppy of all things is what bridged that gap.
Poppy, man. Jeez, that was a blast from the past.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember who you were watching back in 2012?
There was not a lot back then, but there was this one girl who was, which is interesting because like I didn't really like voice stuff. Like I only like straight sounds. but like I really liked rock stacking competitions where they would like stand in a river and like stack up rocks. I would fall asleep to that shit. Can I swear on this?
I've said fuck like 800
Oh,
times.
okay. I would fall asleep to that shit
It's-
immediately. Like a rock stacking video, give it to me. But there's this one girl who I would make an exception for. Her name was like Queen of Serene. And she did these like makeup rummaging videos where she would just like stick her hands in a giant pile of makeup and like all the glass and the plastic would be like, you know, moving around. And I was like, ooh, this is like doing something.
It's funny because if people were to make that like today, you know, a lot of people would be like, "Oh man, that's lazy." But like, yeah, like back in the day, it'd be like, you know, rummaging through my shower caddy, and it's just, you know, you're picking up the shampoo over and over, and
Yeah, I'm
that's
into
always
that.
fun.
But I think they do too much
I
tapping now. Like, don't tap on the stuff. Just rummage.
see, yeah, if you're gonna tap, don't use your nails. Do your finger pads.
And they
Like
go
that.
so fast too. Like, oh, this is not
Yeah,
normal.
like yeah, like chill out. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not late. I don't know.
I got all the time in the world for this shower caddy right now.
Oh man, I like weird shit. Like it makes me happy that you fall asleep to like people stacking rocks. Oh my god, I used to watch uh like videos of like people like hitting a punching bag with like a bow staff. You know, like Donatello's weapon from like Ninja Turtles. Like I don't know, I like that noise.
That's a
Um,
good one.
or like people like sharpening knives with other knives, like
Ooh,
doing like that
yes.
whoosh 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 whoosh.
I like the
Like that
wet
noise is
knife
cool.
technique, the wet sharpening. You know, when they have like a rock. I think I just like rocks.
Yeah, I think you're just like a rock fetishist. Like you're
Yeah.
driving down the road and you see like a boulder on the side. You're like, oh,
I'm like,
let me
I
go-
gotta
let me go
stop.
kick that boulder. like, hold on, I gotta find a good part of the shoulder. I gotta take a breath for a minute. Well, where I live, it's funny. Where I live, like it's mountains everywhere, and there's
Uh-huh.
literally, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, but there's literally like you're driving and you're like in like a valley, and there's like on each side of you, instead of it being like a guardrail, it's literally like a wall of rocks.
Oh gosh.
And they have to put like nets on the rocks so that way if they fall, they're not gonna like come crush your car or anything like that.
Wow.
Uh,
Sounds real
yeah,
safe.
I've hit a boulder or two below the tire. It happens. I'm not the best driver ever. Proud to say I passed my driver's test with the absolute lowest score possible, and never got any better. And
Well,
that
you
was like 10
passed.
years ago. I passed. Listen,
On the first try?
listen, what do they say? First try, yeah.
Oh, see, you beat me.
See. I think I missed. I think I missed the parallel parking, but in my defense, they made me park where there was no other cars. So I was
Oh.
like, just go in this spot, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, I asked if I was allowed to turn right on red, and that was just because I was nervous. So, and they were like, "Do you see a sign that says you can't?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." So
Well, it took me 3 tries to pass, so I feel like you kind of beat me there.
yeah, well, you know what? You know, the natural talent only comes to certain people. You know, some people gotta
I
work harder
guess.
than others. Oh my goodness! No, but that's cool that you've been an OG. And I especially like that you do audios. I think, you know, as someone who also does audios, I think that is probably my favorite form of ASMR, solely because I feel like your creativity is officially like unbound. Like you don't have to stay in reality. You could really do whatever you want. I know mine are just a tad, just a teeny tiny tad, bit more out there than yours.
Just a little.
I mean, just by a small margin.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, really, if you
Pretty
put them
similar.
side by side, you wouldn't know whose was whose
Yeah,
until
yeah.
maybe the end.
Yeah, your twists are unmatched.
like, like, like an example. I don't think you could really make an audio like my first werewolf video. No, my second werewolf. God, I've done so many. The second werewolf video where I eat the people at the end.
Right.
And like
A
tear
classic.
them apart, you know. When I recorded that, I got away from the microphone. I got on my hands and knees and I started tearing up some pillows.
Dang.
I ate a piece of like toast there a little bit, just get a little bit of crunch sound, and I run around. And it's like if I had that like live action, that would look so stupid. But
I'm just imagining it now.
Yeah, like from the comfort of a perfectly made thumbnail. I mean, you can't even tell.
So method.
But what's like what kind of got you doing? Like what was like audio's like how did that connect with you? Like how did you see audios and you were like, hell yeah, that's what I'm doing?
I think it was kind of similar to when I did ASMR before. Like, not that I wanted to get high off my own supply because I don't really like my own voice, but like I was hearing some, like I was having, this is dark, but I was having a panic attack one day, and I was like, I wonder if there's like somebody talks to you during a panic attack. And I wasn't even like looking for ASMR specifically. I was just like, can someone just say something to distract me right now? And I came upon this audio and it was like, your boyfriend is like helping you through a panic attack and like giving you back rubs and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll just press that because I'm just feeling crazy right now. And then, yeah, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But then I listened to a couple more and I was like, maybe I should try this out. I just felt like I wanted to try and see if I could do it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the perfect way. That's a better reason than what I started. So,
Why did you start?
well, so I had a other channel as well, and I put in a lot of time and effort into it, and it would do all right. I had one video get like 20,000 views over like 6 months, and it was just because people were thirsty for that character. It really wasn't my performance or writing or sound effects or anything. And one day I'm hanging out with Madison, and we find these videos that have like hundreds and hundreds, thousands of views of people like your boyfriend makes out with you.
Yes.
And like, or this anime character makes out with you, or this or that. And it kind of like pissed me off because I was like, that's so easy. Like, and I will admit some people's writings were pretty good that we listened to, but there were some others that were like, they're not even trying to do the character. They're just doing the same voice for every single one and like making kissing sounds. And I was like, I just want to fucking do this. And so we did, and yeah, it just kind of exploded from there.
We kind of talked about
Sandy,
this.
Candy, Brandy, and Dandy was born from that.
I think we talked about this before where you were like, as an artist, and I think it goes for every artist, but like you work so hard on this one thing and then you put it out there and nobody does anything to it. They don't interact with it. They don't really fuck with it. And then you just shit something out and it's like the worst thing ever. But they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Do more of this, please.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Because when we first made it, like our entire point was, let's see how many people we can like. I don't want to say piss off. But I mean, like I figured people would listen and be like, "Oh, this sucks terribly. This is awful," which is like like why I made like the Jake Paul one. and or the first vampire video, which is like literally a classic, should go in the Hall of Fame.
It should.
In terms of my comedic, that I pushed my comedic improv to the top on that one.
I still can't believe that's improv, honestly. Sounds so good.
Well, thank you. I like to, sometimes I make little outlines, but a lot of the time I'm like, I just kind of want to make a video about me walking in on my girlfriend shitting. And then I just press record, and then there we go. We go. But, I just appreciate that, people like our stuff. And it makes me happy when it comes, to you, because you actually make good stuff and you actually put time and effort and everything.
Oh.
And, your stuff gets more and more and better as time goes on. And it's really fucking nice.
Oh.
I like seeing people thrive, man.
Thank you.
We love a thriving queen.
We do love a thriving queen. Cannot deny that.
Speaking of queens.
Oh, yes.
This is a good segue. So, you and I mean, we talk practically every day. So we know that drag queens are some of our favorite things. They're definitely some of my favorite things. Let's talk some RuPaul. Let's talk some little bit, because I've got some. We'll start with some positives and then we'll go into the negatives.
Okay, sounds good.
If people disagree with me, then that's perfectly fine. So, first and foremost, if you had to pick your favorite queen on that show that's ever been on it, like seasons 1 through 13 and all the All-Stars and everything, who would be your absolute favorite?
Oh my god, that's really hard for me. Why can I not think of it right now? I don't know. I really like the offbeat queens, like Evie Oddly. I really liked her. In terms of, I love Ginger Minge so much. She's like my queen.
We love the Ginge.
We do love the Ginge. Our basement is flooded for Ginger Minge.
Yeah.
I can't really. Oh, Sasha Velour was really great. There's too many. I really just don't have a favorite, I think.
So, for me, I think my absolute favorite, see, Lex, my best friend, our Discord mod, all that stuff. Her favorite queen is Trixie Mattel, and she's got a whole thing for Trixie. It is what it is. But for me, and a lot of people kind of give me some side eyes and stuff for this, but for me, I would say my absolute favorite of all time, of any queen, solely because they make me smile. Anytime I see their story or their Instagram, I just automatically have a good day. I could be run over by a car, and then I just pull up, something about them, and I'll say, like, you know what, I'm gonna make this. But Ms. Cracker is
what?
Yes. I love the Miz. The basement is flooded for the Cracker. Okay. So,
wow.
I love Ms. Cracker so much. I don't think she was robbed. I do think Shea Coulee deserved the All-Stars 5 win.
Oh, yeah.
I do think she deserved to be in the top 3 in season 10. But she came back on All-Stars 5 and just knocked it out of the park.
She really stepped it up too, I felt.
Yes. She was still an infant. I think when she was on season 10, she had only been doing drag, I think, for like 5 years or something. It wasn't very long. Because her and Aquaria started at the same time, and Aquaria was 21 when she won season 10. So it's like it was,
She's
it was
young.
not a, and Ms. Cracker was like 33 or something. But
dang, go Miss Cracker. She looks young too.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, her foundation blend is absolutely flawless. I just can't believe, like, her makeup looks so good. I love her wigs. I love the way she talks. I love everything. But I just think with her, like, she is the comedy queen. I feel like her and Jinx Monsoon are like the
Mm.
pinnacle comedy queens. Now you could say, what about Ginger? Because Ginger's funny.
She
And you
is
know what?
funny.
Ginger is funny, but she's not my kind of humor all the time. Anything Jinx or like Miz says, like, I'm always laughing. Like, if a picture of you can make me laugh, then we're on the same
Dang.
level. Like Miz has like this Miz cracker face that just cracks me up every time she takes a picture with her.
I know exactly what I can like picture it in my mind right now.
Yes, with her mouth open.
Yeah.
And, like, yes. And, like, I don't know, man. I just fucking love the Miz, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I would not picture Miss Cracker being your fave.
Yeah, Miz Cracker, and then, like, I also love Jinx. Katya, of course.
Yes.
I do like some of the offbeats. I think I could say with certainty that I'm a Sugarcane stan.
Okay.
Not stan, but fan. Sugarcane. She needs some love too. Which I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I've been talking here lately. In the DMs about Rue spiracies, all this kind of stuff.
Yes, I'm into it.
So, have you ever heard of the concept of filler queens?
No, what is that?
Okay, so sometimes it's really prevalent in these later seasons. In order for Rue to have all 12, 13, 14 queens that she needs, she really only wants like 5 of them in the show, and then the rest are just to be filler to go up the runtime.
Wow.
And it's confirmed that she does this because Sugar Queen was supposed to get eliminated like 3rd.
Ooh.
Like, she was like purposely supposed to get eliminated. And so Sugarcane had a lip sync 3 times. She had a lip sync once with her entire group, which was I forget what her name was. She was a Davenport. I think it was Honey Davenport, Scarlet Envy, Akira, Sugarcane herself, and then one other person that's not important. But they all had to do a 5-person lip sync, and they were all up for elimination because their thing was so bad. Oh, I think Raja was in it too.
Oh, love Raja.
And
my queen.
Raja O'Hara. Oh my god. So Sugarcane was supposed to leave on that episode, but Honey Davenport decides during the lip sync to like get on the floor and like waller like a fish or something. And so she pretty much ruined it so bad that like they pretty much had to let Sugarcane stay, because it's like, how do you, people would be outraged,
Oh yeah.
And then it was Sugarcane versus April Versace, and Sugarcane was also supposed to go home that day, but April Versace fell on her dress. She tripped on her dress and completely messed up.
Dang.
And it's like, well, fuck. So Sugarcane stayed, and then her final lip sync was, I think it was against Silky, I believe, and then finally, got booted. But yeah, it was. She was an actual filler queen, and like it was confirmed. Like people had found that out, and so with that in mind, with filler queens in mind, you look at All Star 6. Okay.
Okay.
Which All Star 6 was a very disappointing season.
Yeah. I wasn't
in my
into
opinion, not the best queens ever. The challenges, I feel like the challenges lasted forever. I felt like I was watching
Yeah.
an episode of All Star 6 and I felt like an entire day had passed. Like I'd be watching it at night, and by the time the episode ended, I was expecting to look outside and it's daytime. I felt like, especially, especially with the, especially with the, fuck, what's it called? The American Horror Story episode. Where they had
Yeah.
to like act it out. Oh my god.
That was like the most
Oh my
boring
god.
acting challenge. No shade. I know they worked really
I
hard, but it was not entertaining for me.
I really feel like I like could have like, I don't know, like solved like calculus 3 or something the entire course during just that challenge. And then, we get to the winner, and this is spoiler for the winner if you haven't, if you're watching and you haven't whatever. But I've got to bring it up because I feel like Ginger Minge was robbed.
Yes.
1,000%.
She was.
She turned it out every single episode, and I feel like Kylie was given a whole bunch of passes.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, let's look at her. Okay, so Kylie won one challenge, and that was Goth Night.
Mm-hmm.
That outfit was absolutely terrible. That outfit was not even goth. Okay, if you think of like goth, it was more like cyberpunk than it was
Yeah.
goth.
Or like BDSM kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was like a BDSM challenge, it would have been one thing. But with goth, you put on red lipstick.
Yeah, no, girl.
Put on red lipstick. Goth. Goth.
At least make it like blood red.
Yeah, not like cherry red. Mm-mm. But she couldn't have put on black lipstick on Goth Night. That's like the look.
That's all you have to do.
Yes. Because then, like, with the rest of the outfit, I would have been like, well, the outfit sucks, but I mean, at least she got the eye stuff done, and then the black lipstick and all that.
Right.
So that was disappointing, to say the least. And I really think that the internet is the reason Kylie won. Because I think I don't know. I don't know how you could look at Ginger's track record and then just be like, nope.
Exactly. She works so hard.
And she did. And if you remember what they said during the final critique, they literally all said, Ginger, you are absolutely perfect. You gave us everything that we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You did everything to a T. And then you're not going to crown her?
But you lose.
Give her the crown? Yeah, but you lose. But you have Kylie who, I mean, it's like, yeah, some of her outfits were cute. I really can't think of any at the top of my head. But you're God, it just...
I feel like because she was not so good in the beginning, and then she stepped her pussy up, and like did good in the acting challenge. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually did good. And then they're like, yeah, you did good. Like, okay, girl. Like, they're like, oh, we got progression from her, so she's gonna win.
But you also got progression from Raja.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have that. You had Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Eureka, which I've not seen anyone online talk about this. Her final runway look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Queen.
Just like she's so tall, but then to add that thing on top.
Yeah, I mean, God, she had to be like. I mean, as I think in real life, I think she's like 6'5".
My goodness.
Like, I think she's ginormous. And
Glamazon.
Yeah, and then she puts on a hat that's like 3 feet tall. Golly. Yeah.
I really
it's
wanted
scam.
it to be both big girls in the end.
Yes,
because I want a big winner, please.
Stage. So there's only one big winner in the entirety of Drag Race, and that's Drag Race UK 2. Fuck, are you watching that one?
I finished it. What was her name?
Oh,
Scottish one.
Okay. Oh, you finished one?
I finished both of them.
Oh, okay. So Lawrence Chaney.
Lawrence
So,
Chaney. Yes.
yes. So that's the only big queen. But God, I wanted that stage to just crumble underneath itself.
I was so conflicted because I love Lawrence Chaney, but that was Bimini season, right?
Yes, and it stays.
Freaking Bimini was robbed. She was my absolute queen. I loved her so much.
Queens. I never understood people keeping up with like stats of like professional sports, but then Drag Race came into my life, and it's like, okay, I can kind of see.
You really got the stats.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember nearly as much detail as you do.
Oh my God! I live, breathe Drag Race in my day to day. All right, so not gonna bore people with that too much. I had to get that out of my system.
Right.
So I asked some people on the Twitter. On the Twitter. I asked them if they had any questions, and a few people did. So I'll ask them, and then I've got a few random ones here for you.
Okay, love it.
So Sensei Robert, I think his name's like Haiku YouTube on YouTube.
Love Sensei.
He says, "Has she figured out what she wants to be called yet?" Don't know the context of that, but have you figured it out?
Oh, because I don't really know what I want people to call me. So I think I settled on Cup. I think that's just easy.
Yeah, Cup is easy. I do like Cup, and it's cute. I like that.
Kind of cute, right? Like, oh, it's me. It's Cup.
I'm Cup. Oh, I like that.
Kind of cute.
I like it. Cup.
This is my
yeah,
debut
dude.
coming out. I'm Cup.
I'm Cup, and you just anamorph into like a porcelain coffee cup.
Listen, Animorphs, yes, I would love to.
Oh my God, Animorphs have the best covers ever.
Yes,
and they be straight up robbing like half the kids they put on there. Like you've got like a nice looking dude, and they like turn him into like a Komodo dragon in like the transition picture. Like his face is all like elongated, or
I just would stare at them for hours, like.
yeah, like, you know,
more
I
than
can see
reading
why
the
people
book.
smoke crack, you know, for the I wanted to pick as a parent because there's like 60 of them or something, and apparently it's one long storyline, and like it's essentially like
What?
Power Rangers, but they can all anamorph instead of turning into Rangers.
Wait, I didn't know it was all
so
connected.
strange.
I can't even remember.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge storyline. I just went through it like I went through and looked at the books at like Half Price Books like 2 weeks ago or something, and saw like the whole set because they had the whole thing.
Wow, what a find.
Okay, our good friend here, Tia, one of the mods over at the Landfill Discord server and a friend of ours. She has asked, what lessons has she learned about creating ASMR since starting her channel?
Oh, I think this is like very sad, but I've learned from people who kind of fuck up, like what not to do.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, just like, just being really clear about your boundaries, I feel like is the biggest thing that I've taken away.
Yeah, especially if you're making, like, you know, like girlfriend, boyfriend audios.
Yeah.
Like you know, fans are nice, but there's always those people who don't know, like, hey, this is just an audio clip. This is not, you know, cup behind the cup. You know, in the outside the cabinet drawer that the cup is stored in, there's a real person. And,
Yeah.
Don't be weird. Um, but that's not depressing. It's a good thing to learn because I think a lot of smaller creators, um, they feel like they have the need to answer to everybody and to
Yeah.
like try to get on a personal level with everybody when at a point it just becomes unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I could like when people comment on our stuff, like I know like the regulars as I call
Mm-hmm.
them. Um, and I don't mind answering to them, but then sometimes we'll just get like an out of blue request that's like, can you do this? And like I don't want to be rude and be like no, but I just don't answer.
That's
Because
funny.
too like fetish mining is such like a an
Yes.
important topic that no one talks about. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
besides like the same Instagram story everyone's shared a million times over, but it can be like insanely specific
Yeah.
about what they want. Like, if you're a creator and you're listening to this and you make audios or whatever, and someone's commented on a video like, "Hey, can you do?" I'm gonna try to say a funny one.
Put feet in it.
Can you do a video where you have a snake wrapped around your neck and the snake is slightly irritated because he hasn't eaten since 3 p.m. from the previous day, and when you did feed him it was a mouse that he didn't even like, so he's a little bit mad and his tongue flickers every 20 seconds? You don't have to, but thanks. Smiley face.
Would be great, but you don't have to.
Yeah, or like I guess like a more realistic one would be like, hey, can you be a dominant daddy, and like every time he spanks me it's like he like takes a drag off a cigarette like
Hmm.
kind of deal. Like it's one of those that like you have to watch out for. Sometimes they seem super innocent, like, hey, can you just wear red gloves? But then you'll
Mm.
notice they commented on every video and you're like, stay away from them.
Yeah.
If you're a new creator and you're making shit, and when you're in the beginning you want to appease everybody, one thing, it's never going to happen. You're never going to appease everybody.
Yeah.
uh, for the fact that I still have people requesting like real videos, and it's like, if you haven't figured out for 210 of these that we don't do real videos, then I don't know what to tell you.
The name is garbage,
um,
for crying out loud, people. What do you think?
Yeah, or like my favorite thing is I'll get people who comment to be like, I see why it's called garbage. Haha, JK. And it's like, I'm not going to be mad.
Like, if you get it, then you get it.
Yeah, it's chill. But when you're first starting out, you always want to make people happy.
Yeah.
But don't go over boundaries you don't want to go over just to make that happen, because in the end, you're not going to make everybody happy. So just make yourself happy.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. That's a lesson I've learned personally. I know that question was directed towards you, but I feel like fetish mining and like appeasing your audience is such an important conversation topic that no one ever talks about.
Yeah.
So
Like, if I made a rule for myself, like, if I wouldn't want to hear like a boyfriend version of this request, like for me, I wouldn't do it, you know? Like, there was
yeah,
there
like,
was one person who asked, and no shade to them, but they wanted like a really sick sounding audio, like, oh, please cough as much as you can and like have a lot of phlegm. And I was like, oh, maybe. But then I thought, like, I wouldn't want to listen to like a guy like phlegming it up, and like it wouldn't bring me any comfort. So I feel like, oh, I don't know if I'd be into that.
oh god.
Oh, you're so hot, babe. Like, where are we going here? No
Yeah.
shade to that person. If that person's listening, I'm just no shade. If you like that, cool, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine too. Plus, it's like even recording that sounds miserable. Like,
Yeah, like how am I supposed to like? No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I just it sucks. It's not fun, especially if you're like with us. Like I don't care to make like awful noises because it's like the point. But like I do it for the satisfaction of knowing that like no one is gonna be like, oh fuck yeah, he's eating flesh. I'm glad. You know, it's just. I mean, if you do, you do. But that's just not. I just can't imagine that or like someone being like, oh, can you sneeze a whole bunch? Like, no.
I physically
Let me
can't
blow out
sneeze a whole bunch.
Yeah, let me just shove some pepper up my nose real quick and call it a day. And then we got a question here from Rodrigo,
Okay.
who says, if it's fine to ask, what car does she drive? And then the side eye emoji.
Gotta
You
include
mentioned
that.
in your 3 facts you prefer to drive a manual. So it got me curious because most girls I see prefer automatics. Well, before you answer, I wanna step in. So
Go for it.
Um, I would say that most girls prefer automatics because that is what is mostly available.
Yes.
Finding a manual car is very difficult these days.
Yes, it is.
And yes, so I don't think it's a preference. I think it's a preference towards everybody, not just females or anything, for automatics, just because that's just what's there. But what kind of car do you drive there?
So currently, I do drive a manual. It's a 2003 Honda Element. And
Ooh,
I love
that's a
Elements.
box one, isn't it?
It's the box one. The name, because I name all my shit. So like my car's name is BLT, which stands for Brave Little Toaster, because it's like a little toaster.
My sister and my dad both drive box cars.
Ooh,
So we love the box.
boxes are good.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're roomy. They have lots of window area. No one ever thinks about that. But you could see out those bad boys like you're in a skyscraper or something.
And I can put my bike in the back without having to take it apart, which is like kind of important for me. Yeah.
So did you like grow up learning manual, or like did you have to learn when you bought the car?
I'll tell you a funny story. This is kind of interesting. So my dad is like, he's a mountain biker, and like his friends all go mountain biking on the weekends, but their whole thing is like they need what's called a shuttle monkey. So like they have everyone pile into like someone's pickup truck, and then they drive them up a hill, and then all of them just get off and just ride down the hill for fun. And then the person goes down and picks them up and just does it for like, hours until the sun goes down, right? And so this is his like weekend ritual. Like he doesn't go to church, he goes to the mountains. So when it was time for me to buy my first car, I was like, yo, Dad, I have all this money saved up. Like, can you help me find like a good car? And he's like, oh, I'm going to pay for half of your first car, but I get to pick what it is. I'm like, okay, yes. Like, sign me up for that. So he comes back with a white 1992 Toyota pickup truck, and it's manual. And I'm like, Dad, what? Like, why? And he's like, oh, so this comes with a condition. You have to be the shuttle monkey for me and my friends until I say so. So I'm like, okay, well, I get like basically half of a car out of it. So yeah, I just learned how to drive on a really old stick shift pickup truck.
That's awesome. I think that's I think it's I'm not a car person, as someone who doesn't own a car currently. But I think manuals is important to know because you never know when you got to be a DD for a friend, and
Exactly.
like, hey, I drive a stick, and you're like, fuck. Sick. And then I actually have some questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
One is actually from Reddit that I found, but I think it'd be interesting. If someone took you hostage and told you to sing one song word for word in order to release you, what song would it be?
Ooh. That would have to be Cherry Cola by Savage Garden.
Okay.
That's my
Okay. I don't think I've
go-to
ever heard that
karaoke
one.
song. Don't need to look at the screen. I got it.
Oh man, God, there are so many. I think. Okay, if I'm drunk or not,
Oh. Hmm.
if I'm sober, it'd probably be "Get Out" by Circa Survive.
Okay.
But if I'm drunk, it has to be my drunk song, which is um, oh fuck, "Got the Life" by Korn.
Oh, I don't know that song. I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Oh my, yes, it is listen, I love new metal and I'm tired of pretending like it's not good because it is. And
Be who you are.
um,
Just own it.
yes, it's so good. And like, whenever I'm drinking, like Korn is what I want to listen to, and only Korn. And I don't know why. And Got the Life has like, oh my god, it's so good. Like Korn's number one song is "Freak on a Leash,"
Of course.
which is absolutely tragic because the next song is "Got the Life"
Ah,
on that CD on "Follow the Leader," and "Got the Life" is like 10 million times better than "Freak on a Leash."
dang.
It is, it's so good. Like that album, "Follow the Leader," listen to it. It gets a little boring towards the end, but like "Freak on a Leash," "Got the Life," "Pretty," uh, Justin, and All in the Family are fucking bangers.
I need to just set some time aside and listen to this album.
You should, and then you'll be like, wow, why did Ted tell me to listen to this? Because this is awful.
What's the vibe? Like, what
But
do I have to be doing when I'm listening to it? Just is like lying on the ground or like doing something in the side?
cleaning on a day you don't want to clean.
Oh, okay.
That might be, yeah. That's yeah. If I'm not drinking, that's kind of when I listen to
So
it.
it's
Or
rage
like,
fuel, basically.
yeah, or like you get in your car and you got to go somewhere, and then you didn't realize you had to get gas, and then you turn your car on and you have to get gas, and you're like,
Ugh,
ah, fuck. So that's
I'm already getting
annoying.
angry.
Like, yeah. Or like you're standing in like the grocery, you're standing in like line at like the Dollar Tree, and like you only have like two things, but old man in front of you has like a whole basket, and you're like, am I really gonna stand here for a rock star and like chips for $2? That's
Oh
the
gosh.
mentality.
Okay, I
Um,
feel it.
yeah. So that is a fun one. And then last thing I want to ask, it's also music related.
Okay.
What have you been jamming to recently?
Ooh, okay. I literally was just talking about this, but I forget because I just discovered this person. Oh, Paw Paw Rod. Have you heard of them? It's kind of funky.
Paw Rod.
Paw Paw Rod, the song Hit 'Em Where It Hurts. I have been jamming out to that song hard.
Oh,
That's
I have
like,
not heard of them.
it's like you're walking down the street, the sun is shining, you may have some problems going on, but it doesn't matter because you're just walking and you're vibing. It's just, it's a
Wow,
mood.
for someone who only has 3 songs, for them to have 942,000 monthly listeners is
Hey,
pretty impressive.
the numbers don't lie. Check it out.
No, I will definitely be jamming to this. So some Paw Paw Rod. Anything else? Anything else on your list?
I mean, I've
You
been
don't gotta be
getting,
a maniac like me, listen to everything.
I mean, yeah. I've been kind of liking Keshi recently. And then Billie Eilish's new album I really like too.
Yeah, I like Billy's new album, and I'll say I think I'm the only person on the planet who likes the new Lord album.
I haven't listened to it yet. I gotta do
It
that.
is, it's very good. It's better than Melodrama, I think.
Hmm. That's a big claim there.
It is. I know. I'm an asshole for saying it. uh, but what I've been listening to, it's funny. I've been listening to like the same three things for like the past like week and a half, which is strange because I don't ever do that. But
Wow.
I've just been obsessed. I've been listening to the Castlevania 64 soundtrack,
Okay.
like like a lot, like on repeat all day. Um, I've been listening to Iowa by Slipknot. Going back to that, it's the 20th
Wow.
anniversary for that album, so
Oh
I've
my
just been
god.
enjoying it. And then I've been listening to some old school Radiohead with some Kid A because I never gave it a chance back
Oh.
in the day, and mm, it is crisp, it is clean.
You got a vintage vibe going on right now.
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty vintage here recently. Um,
Love it.
Especially with that Castlevania, because it's like, it's honestly not good. It's really not good, but I just can't stop listening to it. All right, well, Cupellini. Um, I'm gonna wrap things up here,
Alrighty.
but um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this last little bit here to let you kind of plug yourself, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, well, I'm just Second Cup ASMR on YouTube and Twitter. And that's it.
All right, any big videos coming?
Maybe, I don't know. I had this vampire girlfriend audio that came out recently and people were liking it, and I'm writing a part 2, but I don't know. It's kind of going a little weird. I don't know. Maybe.
Ooh. Well, please make sure to check that out. And Chili's Cup is also going to be in the newest episode of the High School Musical collaboration that we're doing. So you'll find her there as well. I have all of her information down in the description down below. So go check her out. Leave a serb. Tell her that Teddy sent you. But with that being said, if you guys like these podcasts, like I said, all you got to do is give $1 over on our Patreon, patreon.com/garbageasmr. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at ASMR Garbage to get some updates. Me and Madison both run it simultaneously, and sometimes we forget that each other has posted. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Big thanks to Second Cup for being our first guest, and I'll see you on the next Trash Day.
Bye.